Hi Cancer, let's talk about love. This is a general and collective reading as it relates to romantic love for the month of October. Because it's general and collective, it's not going to resonate with everybody because not every Cancer is going through the same thing at the very same time. So if it doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs, and if you're still not finding your answers, then just, there's lots of other gifted tarot readers out there, or just ask God, because if you have a question, they want you to have the answer. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for Cancer. Thank you for the love, and thank you that you give us clear and concise messages, and you give us clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Also, we'd like to know, what are the three main energies Cancer will be navigating in the month of October as it relates to love? Show us clearly what are those energies that Cancer will be navigating as they walk through the month of October in relation to love. Okay, guys, let's see what we got going on here. We're starting out with the sacral chakra, the shadow, and conflict and defeat. Okay, so those are the energies. We're going to find out what are they talking about? What do we do about it? And all that stuff. Okay, so while I'm shuffling real quick, if you're new to this channel, stick around till the end because I do a PS at the end. And sometimes it kind of confirms the message on the table. Other times it's a whole new something. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you for showing us ahead of time what we can look for in love relationships as far as the energies go. Show us clearly, what is this sacral chakra? What is this shadow card? Can't take it because I didn't finish shuffling. Show us what the shadow card is, and show us clearly what is the conflict and defeat. Show us what you mean when you're showing us these energies. Sorry, guys. Show us clearly, what is it that you're trying to say to Cancer as it relates to love with the energies of sacral chakra, shadow, and conflict and defeat. Okay. With sacral chakra, we've got 5 of water, and we've got 9 of water. With the shadow card, we have 10 of earth, and we have 5 of earth. And with conflict and defeat, we have 7 of water, and the hangman. So it looks like you've got lots of water, which means emotion, and you've got some earth here, which means groundedness. So we're going to start with the sacral chakra. This is the energy of creativity. This is the energy of where things are birthed. So could be possible, Cancer, that you're starting out with a pregnancy, or you're finding out that you're pregnant in October. That's not for everybody, but there could be, of course, there's going to be some people under the sign of Cancer that are pregnant. Anyway, it's being cleared with or clarified with the 5 of water. So I feel like this is saying that you've had some ideas, some creative ideas about maybe how to manifest love in your life, possibly how to improve your current relationship, and possibly it didn't necessarily work out the way that you thought it would, because the 5 of water is about releasing sadness, or perhaps in your meditation time or whatever, you have been instructed that to be able to create what it is that you're looking for, you need to release some sadness. So the 5 of water It's the same as the Five of Cups. And that's where the gentleman is standing on the shoreline and he's looking at the 3 cups that are spilled over, right? He's all cloaked in black and there's a cup behind him. So I feel like what this is saying in relation to love is there have been some relationships in the past that just did not work out for whatever reason. But you've done some work and you decide you're ready to manifest a beautiful relationship into your life, right? But it's like they're saying, to be able to create that, to be able to create what it is that you're trying to bring into your life, you have to release some sadness. What happens with us sometimes when it comes to sadness and heartbreak, we just kind of stuff it. We just kind of stuff it so we can go on with our day. Well, we might be sad for a day or two, but we never actually process it or deal with it. We just stuff it so we can go on with our day, get back to work, get back to our friends, whatever. Because we don't want to be hurt. So we just go on with our day. What they're saying is it's time to process that. Release the grief. See how her heart right here is black, right? Because heartache and grief for ongoing periods can cause our heart to be tainted. And even though we're stuffing it, but along the way, we become pessimistic. We become hard-hearted. We become we don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable, right? So for what it is you're trying to create, in as far as a relationship goes, you're required to process this grief and release it and let it go. And that's what this card is about, okay? And this is saying once you go through that process, you will have your wishes fulfilled. You'll be able to have the type of deep emotional connection that you want to have within a relationship. This is, again, lots of water, so there's lots of emotion there, but there's her treasure, right? So it's saying that you will be able to have that, but you've got to do this first, okay? Then it's saying you're going to come into the moon energy, right? The moon energy is Pisces. Oh, this is you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, right? Who am I doing Cancer? Yes. So this is you, Cancer. This is your card. So again, this is kind of confirming where you have some ideas, right? You have some ideas about how you want to live in the light and have a beautiful, loving relationship and all that stuff. But it's saying face the dark things that you need to let go of and then release them. What's happening here is he's lit up, and this is the same as the moon card, right? He's lit up, and he's lit up with the like it appears to be night, but this looks more like a sun ray coming down versus a moon. Here's the moon. This is what this is telling me. Okay, so I've heard the term shadow work. I don't really know a whole lot about that, but it looks like there might be some shadow work to do. The other thing is, the 1 and the 8 equals 9. So this is like the end part of a cycle, like you're toward the end of this. So they're saying, in order to achieve this, you have to go through this. You have to look at that darker side of yourself, Cancer, that you don't necessarily want to look at, right? So what you need to know is that nobody can tell you what the process is going to be, or how is it going to affect, or they can tell you what processes they use, or how it's going to affect you and all that stuff. You have to take it one step at a time, and you have to trust that whenever that moon is out, it's just like when the moon is out. When it's dark outside, you can't see your destination. You have to trust that with every step you take, more of the path is going to be lit up, right? And sooner or later, you're going to turn around and you don't even recognize what's back there. You can't even see it because it's too dark. And this is going to be the same way. Whenever you're going to release this grief and this sadness, and you're going to get to this point, you're going to jump from the 5 to the 9. 1 plus 8 equals 9. you're going to jump from the 5 to the 9 after you release that, as far as your emotional intelligence and your emotional understanding and all that goes. Then you're going to be able to move forward in this creation that you are creating. And it's going to be a beautiful relationship. Now, this is Pentacles, so this is about money, right? Not in this reading, because I asked specifically about love. So every card I get is about love. And so this right here is about, I said this in another reading the other day. The Two of Cups is like the soul union, the spiritual union, spiritual connection, soulmate type card. The Four of Wands is about like twin flames and, oh, we're getting married and all that stuff. The Lovers card shows it's the card of Gemini, and it shows the two people there. And they say that's also one of those soulmate type cards. This card in a love reading for me, because like I said, when I ask God about love, he's talking to me about love. This is legacy love, is what this is. Because the Ten of Pentacles is about legacy, generational type, legacy type wealth, right? So this is telling me in this love reading, this is going to be a legacy kind of love that you find yourself in whenever you can release this. And let me tell you something. I feel like you might currently be in a relationship, and possibly you're thinking that you want Cancer, I feel like you're feeling like there's something deeper that needs to happen in your relationship, and possibly it's you. You know, I'm just going to tell you, we're real quick to look at the other person and say, well, if they would just do this and they would just do that, I could be happy. But no matter what they do, as long as you've got this black heart going on, you're never going to be happy. They could cut flips backwards and stand on their head and dance a silly dance. You're never going to be happy, because this is what the issue is. So what they're saying is release that, okay? Release that. Deal with the dark side and watch even what you're currently in turn into a legacy type of love, something that's more beautiful than you ever could have imagined. It's like your relationship's going to be rebirthed to some extent, to a great extent. And if you're not currently in a relationship, then this just means that this is because of what you're wanting to manifest. You still need to go through this work so that whenever you enter that relationship, you'll be there. You're also getting the Five of Earth, okay? Now, in the Five of Pentacles, that card's talking about being left out in the cold and money problems and all that other stuff. Again, this is a love reading, right? But this person is not left out in the cold. As a matter of fact, this person stands among much growth, and this person stands among or in front of the light. It's like the light is backing her. There's some light behind her also. So it's like whenever you do this shadow work, you're going to feel this. That's what you'll feel. It's going to be like such a relief for you, because you're going to say, what the heck? Like, again, right now, I feel like, and I'm probably only talking to a few people, but I feel like you're in a relationship and nothing about it makes you happy. And you might even be thinking about leaving. And I feel like this spread is saying, before you do that, do this. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The last reading I had was not necessarily similar, but it was like they just had to go, right? I feel like because this is saying, because I'm hearing that, you must be with a partner that will work with you here, that you can just be honest with and tell them, I am so unhappy. I need to figure out what's going on with me. I mean, some honesty, some honest communication here might actually, like I said, transform this relationship from night to day. Okay? Now, you also have conflict and defeat. The conflict and defeat is because you can't figure out what you want to do. The Seven of Cups this is the Seven of Water. It's the same as the Seven of Cups. It's about so many options. You have to make a choice. And so this is saying you have a lot of options here, you know, and possibly part of your options is there's been maybe somebody from the outside flirting a little, giving you some attention, and because you're not feeling fulfilled within your own relationship, perhaps you're kind of buying into that flirting and enjoying that attention. So it's like you're allowing yourself to be distracted, right? And this may be where the conflict and defeat comes from, because you're feeling like, you know, I made a commitment to be married, right? So I feel like it's time for you to take a pause. I feel like this is what this is saying. Take a pause. Don't make any quick decisions. Decide what you want. Sit down and figure out what is it that you want. If you could see yourself whole within this relationship and that things would be better, perhaps you just need to stay and work it out. Not work it out with them like there's anything wrong. I feel like you're feeling like it's just not enough. You're just unhappy and you don't even know why. You're just unhappy. And I'm telling you, this is why, because you've had some heartache, some grief, some loss that you've just carried with you. And it could have to do with that with the person that you're in the relationship with, or that you're thinking about being in a relationship with, but it has more to do with you, Cancer. So I feel like they're wanting you just to take a break, take a pause, figure out what you want, have some honest communication if you're within a relationship. Because the reason I say that is because they said basically this relationship could be saved. That's what I heard them say. This relationship could be saved. So it's telling me that if you're in a relationship, this is a general reading, so not all of you are. But if you're in a relationship, they said this relationship could be saved. So it's going to start with you. It's not about them changing. It's about you changing. That's why we're having this conversation, okay? If you're not in a relationship, they're wanting you to do the prep work. Prepare yourself to be in a good, healthy space before you get into a relationship. Take a step back and look at yourself and decide, would you want to date you? Why? What do you have to offer? This is like so different than yesterday. Yesterday's readings were a little more exciting, but these are more about turning inward and understanding yourself as a partner, understanding yourself as somebody who loves themselves or who needs to love themselves more. Because until we love ourselves, we truly cannot give other people any kind of real love. And until we love ourselves, and I'm saying this from experience, absolutely nothing on this earth will ever make you happy until you love yourself. And again, that's from experience. Okay. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you so much for the message. We thank you for giving us the hard messages sometimes. Well, we don't thank you sometimes. We thank you always, but that you only do give them sometimes. And we ask you for the PS now. Show us the PS for Cancer as far as love goes. Show us what it is. Either confirm this message or give us a little extra something. If this message resonated with you, please, and you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. For all of you who are subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all's support, your comments, your likes, your shares, the bell notifications. Hit that bell notification because that tells YouTube that this content is relevant to you. And thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, because it truly is an honor. Okay. Thank you so much. We're looking for the PS. This is the Six of Cups. That group of people that that I said this isn't everybody, but some of you are in a relationship and they're telling me this can be saved. This is somebody that you've loved your entire life. And somehow or another, you've grown apart. As a couple, you've had disappointments along the way. But they said this can be saved. But it starts with you. You've got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, page. Sorry. You've got the Page of Pentacles. This is telling me that they are giving you a gift to manifest this love back into your life. And you're going to have to stand your ground. You've already had to defend why you stayed this long, because I just have to say it. I'm sorry. Because you've spent so much time bad-mouthing your partner. That it's all their fault. That all this, every time your heart's been broken and all that stuff, it's the blame game. We all do it. And you probably have some friends right now that are saying, come on, you can come stay at my house. You can sleep on my sofa. You can, whatever. They're there to help you. And after this reading, you may decide, you know what, I'm not going to go just yet. And you're going to face some resistance about that. That's okay. You stand your ground. If you're not currently in a relationship, this card is still valid, because you may decide you don't want to date right now. You want to spend some time releasing some of this heartache and grief, so that you can find the true love of yourself to be able to share love with somebody else. And you probably have friends, or maybe even suitors, who aren't going to understand that. And they're going to continue to pester you and want to go out and all this other stuff. You stand your ground for this. So if you're currently in a relationship, this is somebody that you've loved your entire life. If you're not in a relationship, I feel like it's going to be somebody from the past, or that you've had a relationship with before, that's going to come back. And that might cause you to have to stand your ground. Cancer, relationships are never easy. But they wouldn't be having this conversation with you if they didn't want you to experience the fulfillment that you truly, truly want in your life. So, watch it again. Send me an email if you have a question, anything like that. And until next time, go out and have a super duper day. Bye.